Folks, welcome back to the channel. You join me on my new winter ticket down in the heart of the Cotswolds, a venue known as Home of the 30s due to the amount of big fish that reside in here. Amongst the 900 fish in this 22-acre lake, there are of course a number of 40s to go at as well. But more importantly, each and every fish in here are unique. Stunning scale patterns, dark shoulders with golden bellies. This venue is well known for its winter form, but it is by no means a runs water, as I was about to discover. You join me mid-September at Horcott Lakes. Very warm welcome back to the channel. I am at a new venue and got a couple of nights at my disposal. I'm going to quickly show you my swim, which is down below me, all the way down there. A couple of foot below me those rods are. And here I'm down at Horcott Lakes down in the Cotswolds, Fairford. So beautiful looking lake, very weedy, lots of weed patches everywhere. But the fish in here are absolutely mega. Really stunning Cotswold carp, scaly bangers. And I'm hoping that this first trip will see me one or two fish on the bank. So, welcome back to the channel. To any new subscribers, I'm Bezza and this is Bezza's Carp channel. Welcome. Please click on the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny and it really helps me out building the channel. And I'm going to be coming down here a little bit more regular, I think. I'm looking at a winter ticket on here and this place apparently has got very good winter form. So it has gone nearly 6 o'clock in the evening, so a day ticket on here is 1 PM till 1 PM, so I didn't get set up till around about 2:30 and it's taken me a while to find some spots out in front of me. I've probably had 30 or 40 casts out to find a nice clear spot. And I don't even think I managed that, to be honest with you. I'll tell you exactly what we've done. Straight out in front of me, just there where that tree drops down, left and middle rod, only 9 1/4 wraps. Lovely gravel patch, probably for about a rod length as I was dragging it. Lovely gravel patch. So I put the marker float up there, it's only about 3.5 foot. Cast a couple of rigs out, helicopter rigs with the Parker baits, fluoro pineapple pop-ups. When I cast down I wasn't getting the drop and I couldn't make head nor tail of it, so I cast the lead out again. Beautiful drop, loads of gravel, but every time I cast the rig out not getting a drop, and then when I pulled through it was weed. Eventually got it right. I think I took the rigs off and cast them out with the bare lead, dragged them back a little bit more, and then I was onto the gravel. I think with a bit of stretch in the line I was probably going over the back of the spot into the weed. So after a bit of a game and a bit of faffing about, I finally got the rods in. So left rod, middle rod on that spot, 9 1/4 wraps. It actually goes from where that spot is when I showed you in that tree to the left, probably 3 or 4 rod lengths. Quite a narrow patch of gravel, but about 3 or 4 rod lengths to the left, so I can easily get 3 rods on there if I want to. But it is close in, 9 1/4, and it's only 3 foot deep. So a little bit shallower than what I wanted, but it's the cleanest spot I could find. The right rod is out towards Horcott, the tip of that tree there, and we are 13.5 wraps. Now, it wasn't as clean as this, wasn't gravel, nice, clean, smooth, silty spot. Again, cast out with the lead, beautiful. Didn't get a hard drop, but it was firm enough. And then for a good 2 rod lengths, it's pulling clear. Then I put the, that was just with the smooth lead, and then I put the prong lead on just to see if there was any weed in the area, and again, to pull back smooth. So I've clipped the rod up, whacked it out, 13.5 wraps onto that spot. Hit on the money first time. Didn't get a drop really, but I'm fishing with helicopter rigs and with the Ronnie on there. So I'm hoping I'm presented. I have, over that spot, I've spummed out a little bit of particle, the sexy spum mix, and some of the OG fish. I haven't got much of the OG fish with me, it's mainly OG fruiting that I've got, but I'm going to use up the fish for now, and there's only a very small handful of that in the mix, and then the sexy spod mix, and I've spod that out with spod rod, with the middle rod on the left rod. All I've done is catapult a load of baits around it, just boiling. When I got here, had a walk around the lake, and it took me quite a while to decide on this swim, although when I got here it looks amazing. It's probably the best swim here when you look out. You're in the middle of the lake, you've got a good view of everything. And this is swim 16, which is called the Point. Anyway, when I got here, within 2 minutes, straight out in front of me, bosher. Within easy reach, it's probably only 16-17 wraps, and I thought, oh, that's one to look at. So I sat on the bucket for 20 minutes, watched. There was definitely some activity out there amongst the weed, and I thought, you know what, this is where I'm going to put my bucket. So I put the bucket down, and then I carried on walking. I'll just show you when I got round to, lovely swim round this side. So this is 16, I think it's 17 or 18 around here, goes around the back here. And I stood on there, it was like you're at the beach. Lovely little laid out swim. And fish pushed out in front of me there. And while I was stood there waiting and waiting, fish crashed out on this margin 3 times. So I've seen fish pretty much everywhere. And I thought, what do I do in this situation? The wind for the next 2 or 3 days is pushing towards me. So over those trees towards me, and then down, potentially down the back of here, which is only a small bay. So the wind is going to be pushing southwesterly in towards me, or southeasterly in that way. So the fish could push in this direction. So I thought, you know what, I'm in the middle of the lake, I can see a lot, see what's going on. I've got the wind pushing in towards me, which may push the fish this way. And I've seen a fish out, only the one was a decent looking fish, whereas the other ones were fairly small fish. So I thought, you know what, let's set up here and give myself the best chance I can. Right next to RAF Fairford, which is over the back, so you hear some planes. It does get quite busy with the planes around here. And that's it, folks. Haven't really got a lot else to tell you. I'm on my own this trip, nobody else is coming down. He's just sleeping there, Buddy's with me, there's his bed. Got Buddy with me. Go and say hello. Right, boy. He's all right. So, yeah, so I've got about 7 kilo of Parker baits, 2 kilo of the OG fish, and about 5 kilo of the OG fruit and nut, and I've got 10 kilo of the spod mix, and some corn. So what I'm going to try on 2 of the rods, or 1 of the rods, I'm not going to mix it up. I'm going to have boilie only on the one, and then I'm going to go particle and a bit of a mixture on the others, and see if that brings in anything different. You tend to find that with the boilie only approach, you tend to pick off the bigger fish, and with the particle, you tend to get more fish. So I'm just going to try on this session. I might not get any fish. It could be a blank altogether, but there's 900 fish in here. 922 acres. So I've got to be somewhere near to some fish. The difficulty here is finding the spot, because as you can see, all these little patches that you can see on top of the water, they're all weed beds that are up in the water, and they're all over the place. I cast the lead out into the middle of the water, straight into weed, cast it again, straight into weed, and again, straight into, and it's just non-stop. But there are some nice clear spots, there are some gravel spots and some silt. You just got to find them. A bit of, bit of leading about, a bit of work, and yeah, you should find them. I've got some solid bags made up, so that might be a tactic to use. If I see any showing fish, I might whack a solid bag on and get one out. But yeah, folks, thanks for coming back. I am back down here with Badger towards the end of September as well, and then the winter ticket starts in the beginning of October. So hopefully I'll get a few winter sessions down here as well. The lake, the water is a little bit green. It's normally crystal clear on here, but when you're walking around some of the edges, it's a little bit like pea soup. It's really thick, and then some of the swims are fairly clear. Like this one's not too bad. It is a bit green, but not too bad. Some of them are worse than others, but normally crystal clear, and the water's really down. It's normally up here, but it's down about 2 foot from what I've been told, just with the dry summer that we've had. So over winter it should start filling back up again. And that's it. I'm not going to bore you anymore. I'm going to go and kick back. I'll make my first brew of the day and sit with the dog and watch the water. And hopefully I can show you one of these scaly bangers, because they are stunning. Evening, folks. There's not a lot to report, I'm afraid. And I've had no tea apart from a pot noodle. What the hell? But yeah, nothing to report. I've topped up again with bait. Probably another 5 spawns over the right rod. And again, with the catapult, just a few catapults full of OG fish on the left and the middle rod. And that is it. I'm pretty much ready to get tucked up. Light's just fading now. I was sat in the bivvy earlier and I heard a bit of a thump, and I was thinking, what the hell's that? I look above me, and that tree there, which is very tall, is an apple tree. So if I get knocked out, you know what it is. Dirty apple landing on my head. Anyway, tucked up in there. The dog's asleep at the end of the bed somewhere. And I'm just watching some YouTube on Horcott Lakes to see if I can pick up any tips for this swim. There is a video I'm watching at the moment where the owner was on here. I think his name's Lee, I could be wrong. And he was on swim 16, but that was in February. Yeah, just trying to pick up any hints and tips that I can get. I mean, the main thing is try and get on the fish, but as I've seen fish pretty much everywhere I've stood, it's difficult to know where to go. So hopefully either this evening or the morning will probably give me a good idea as to where the fish are if they're boshing out everywhere. But yeah, I'm going to sign off from here and get myself in the bivvy, because it is just starting to rain now. I don't know if you can... Yeah, it's just starting to rain. So hopefully we'll have some signs tonight of some fish showing. There was fish while I've been sat there this evening. There was fish showing directly out in front of me, but way past my, well, past the centre of the lake, if you like. So it just looked like milling about on the surface and in and out the weed. No fish jumping out or anything like that as yet, but apart from the one I seen when I got here. So hopefully that wind picks up tomorrow. It's still a southerly winds, and I think it turns southeasterly, which was down into this channel behind me. If that pushes across, you never know, it might push the fish a bit closer. And if, fingers crossed, I get something in the night, and then hopefully I don't break my neck trying to get down here, because there is 2 big steps to get down to the rods. It's actually probably about a 2 foot drop down there, but I'm sure I'll make it. That's it. I'm going to get tucked up. I'm going to watch some YouTube, as I said, and hopefully we'll get something in the night. If not, I'll catch up with you nice and early in the morning. Well, as the light faded, so did my confidence, and the next couple of days passed without so much as a liner. Not all is lost though, because with every blank you learn a little bit about the lake and start to put the pieces together to this huge puzzle. For the next week or so, I pondered over my tactics, my choice of swim, my choice of bait and even rigs, and it wasn't long before I was back down for session number 2. nice swim. I'm on swim 29 or stroke 28, whichever way you want to look at it. I've got both swims, to be fair. Originally when I got here, I was fishing 2 rods out towards the middle and 1 slightly over towards the left hand side, only fishing at 10 1/4 wraps. Nice clear spot close in. And yeah, Bailiff gave me a couple of pointers on this swim, 1 at 20 wraps and 1 at 12.5. I haven't tried them yet. I've tried to find my own spots and kind of do my own fishing. So thankfully I found a couple of clear spots, not gravelly but nice clean silt. And then shortly after that, keep looking down towards this margin here and that overhanging tree that you can see. Did see some bubbling down there and thought it's definitely fish feeding. We've got a northerly wind which is pushing down into this corner. Whether the fish will follow it, who knows, but I had to stick a rod down there, so I've took the left rod off and I've stuck it down here. And I don't know if you can see this little snag that's sticking out there. I've got a bait just about there, and as it happens it's 10 1/4 wraps to that snag. So I've used the catapulted a few baits around there, and yeah, that looks bang on area for a carp, but no action as yet. So those of you that are new, welcome. I am Bezza, this is Bezza's Carp channel, and we love to get out camping. We like to catch a few fish now and again, so if you like that sort of thing, click on that subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny. Like the video, I'd be very, very grateful. It helps me build the channel. So there we have it, folks. I think the last trip out was it linear? I can't remember. I have done a session on my syndicate. Did a night up there, or 2 nights. Managed one little stocky, but didn't really do a vlog, to be honest with you. I've been having a bit of a break from the vlogs because they take up so much time. So I thought I'll wait for this little trip with Badger and get a video out at this time. Wait for him to come over and say hello. And tonight we are having Chinese curry. So I made a curry before I got down here. So we've got curry tonight, and I also made a chilli. So that's for tomorrow night, and then a takeaway on night number 3. And that's it. And here he is.
Oh, bursting for that wee-wee.
Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Where you been?
Having a catch up on sleep.
Oh dear. Oh. What's been happening?
Nothing, mate. You haven't caught any fish, have you?
You've been here a few hours, mate. Give me a break.
I think you need to be called a no fisherman.
Yeah, call me what you like.
Or not fishing.
Yeah. Camping.
Or camping.
Camping, yeah. Twat. You're frightening all the fish off. They're all
There's
here.
no fish anyway that come onto your rods.
Frightening all my fish off.
All you have is rods and they just...
Where have you been anyway?
You put them out and they don't catch any fish with them.
Where have you been?
I've just been in my bevy.
In your bivvy.
I went in about 3 hours sleep because I was on super late last night.
Mm.
So I had a little sleepy.
What's for dinner?
Yeah, I think we're having curry, aren't we?
Having a curry.
We're going to do a little chicken curry.
Do you want to get it on?
Some rice. I will get it on, mate.
Get it
I
on,
want
lad.
to just walk my eyes up. God,
Come on, lad.
almighty.
Come on. Come on.
It's ready. Look at that for timing, though. Look at that.
I know, I was just about to wake you up, kid.
You weren't. Was I snoring?
No,
I didn't think you were.
I thought I'd just go and wake you
I
up.
was so lovely and warm. I was so snug. Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely.
Right then,
Right,
that's it, folks. So the rods are in. We are fishing, and pray have one fish in the night, or before night, anytime. Just one fish. Haven't seen anything to go out. When I walked around the lake this morning, stood on this swim for about 10 minutes. Didn't really see anything, and then as I walked off, typical, went round the corner and I heard a bosh come running back. Couldn't see where it was, but the bailiff said it was out in this area, so there are fish in it. There have been fish coming out as well. Over the far side is the shallow end, 3 foot all across the back, and then it gently slopes towards me to about 6 foot at the moment. The water's quite down at the moment, so about 6 foot, 5 foot of water at the moment. So yeah, there have been fish coming out. There have been a few coming out over the back last week on the shallow end, and then this weekend there's been some fish over to my left. Yeah, they've been getting around. Haven't they?
Oh, lovely.
I Oh, lovely. Even that's a nice jacket.
Very nice.
It's a new jacket.
Yeah, it's just a
Oh, yeah.
catch-eye.
Oh, mate, you'll need that in this weather.
Mate, it's lovely and warm.
Keep you warm, mate. Keep you warm.
Lovely and warm.
Keep
This
you
one's
warm.
not a medium though.
Oh.
It's a large.
Oh. Oh, you need large.
And it fits me. Perfect. Beautiful.
Well, you don't,
Obviously I'm 6'5".
you don't need that on to cook curry, do you?
No, I've just put it on because I just woke up and I was a bit chilly.
No, we're not having chilli, we're having curry.
No, we're having curry.
Curry.
But I was a bit chilly.
Curry.
I didn't have your burner, mate.
Hey, banana. Right then, folks, I'm going to get some grub down me. And hopefully we'll have some fish to show you. Catch up with you in a little while. What's going on, son? What's going on?
Din-dins on.
What are we doing? What are we having?
What we got today? Chicken.
Chicken.
Okay.
Chicken.
Egg fried. Okay. Right. And we've got a little bit of curry in the pan.
Chinese curry.
Chinese curry with peas. Nearly done. Not far off, lad. Get tucked in.
Good lad. Looked after you again, didn't I?
Look after you, I do. Ooh.
While we were on to a winner with the curry, the fish just didn't want to play ball, despite them being all over me. All 3 rods, fish everywhere, and just could not buy a bite. So I left the fishery again with my tail between my legs. Once again, I spent the week back home, pondering over my decisions, again my swim choice, my choice of baiting strategy, and everything else I knew. But I had to get back down for another session, and I wasn't going to give up until I'd had my first fish out of this stunning venue. So yeah, third time down here, I'm on swim 2. I'll let you have a look at the lake in a little while. Swim 2, shallower part of the lake, right next to the car park. What time's it now? 20 to 3, so got here at sort of 8 o'clock this morning, had a walk around for an hour and a half, chat to a couple of anglers, see what was going on. There's been the odd fish out over on the social and the weekend, but yeah, not huge amounts happening, so I thought I'd come out of the way into this shallow area of the lake and keep away from the other anglers, try and get a little bit of peace and quiet, to be honest with you. But the place is full of ladybirds and they're literally swarming the place. But so yeah, there we have it. I'm delighted to be back out fishing. I've got 2 nights, possibly 3 nights, depending on how it goes. May even move swims. It's nice to be next to the car park, but ideally, if there's nothing happening here and I see fish somewhere else, I will definitely have a move. I'll let you have a little look at the lake in a little while. There's plenty of videos on YouTube if you want to have a look, but stunning lake. They've got a little tackle shop to my left here. Got all the essentials in there, and they also do a quad run for your tackle. So there's only the one car park which is behind me here. And then obviously if you have to get to the other side of the lake, it's a bit of a trek with a barrow. So they do a quad service, only £5 each way, but saves the old back. And yeah, nice little service. I used it on the last 2 occasions, but didn't need to there because I'm next to the car park. So I'm parked literally beyond my bivvy, which is handy. That's it. As I said, it's 20 to 3 now. Been here all day. I'll show you the baiting approach a little bit later and what rigs we're using, but essentially left-hand rod, 17 wraps out. I've got that on a Ronnie rig with one of the yellow fluoro pop-ups on there, Parker baits obviously. Middle rod, 13, just over 13 wraps and 2 foot. Lovely little gravel spot. Sorry, the 17 wrap spot was a lovely silty spot, massive spot. middle rod, lovely little pea shingle gravel, very, very small spot. So I've stuck a, what did I put on there? I think it was just one of the wafters on there, one of the Magic Bean wafters, can't remember to be honest with you. And then the right hand rod, 15.5 wraps out, over to the right hand side, and I've stuck a solid bag out with the Parker Baits mini mix over a little bit of bait. As I said, I'll show you the bait a little bit later. But for now, I'm just going to keep an eye on the water, see if there's any more shows. Not seen anything since those 2 fish this morning. So we'll see if they give themselves up. In the meantime, I'm going to kick back, have a brew, and I'll come back to you a little bit later, hopefully with a little bit of action. Well folks, good morning. This is the last morning. I could stay until tomorrow, but I think it's got the better of me on this trip. So yeah, nothing at all apart from one bleep this morning about 6 o'clock, left rod. Oop. Well, I was just about to give you my morning update. There's been nothing happening, and left rod, which had a bleep on it at 6 AM this morning, the only sign I've had that there's fish in the area, and then it rips off while I'm talking to you, and then what a calamity. So my GoPro is on the floor here. I've had to grab that, put it outside. This is while I'm messing with the fish. Press the buttons, one touch and it's on. Look back, it's not on. Press it again, comes on, and then realise that it's actually out of battery, which I never noticed while I was here. And then I tried to bring this camera out, which I'm using my SLR. Tried to bring that out, and it was just on its side, not really. So I was trying to fix that while I was doing it. Anyway. There was no, I managed to sort that out. I don't know what the footage is like, I haven't looked yet. Got the waders on, jumped down, could feel the fish wasn't pulling, so fairly, I think it was a small fish. Grabbed my net and stepped into the water. Fish coming close, you could just lift its head up, just see its mouth coming out of the water. Went to lean forward with the net. Bing, off it come. I wasn't putting any extra pressure on or anything like that, it was, you know, just normal, and off it came, and my heart sank, literally sank. I'm looking over at Jay and a couple of the other lads across the water watching me with a bent rod, and then all of a sudden a straight rod, and it's just a horrible feeling, isn't it? So I was about to literally pick the pod up and chuck it in the water and have a little cry, and then pack the car and go home. And then I thought, you know what, just as I was thinking that, the middle rod, beep, and then I thought, there's got to be fish, because that middle rod's out on that spot as well, in the solid bag. Got to be fish there still. So I thought, suck it up, put a solid bag on and get it back out, which is what I've done. Like I said, it's unlikely it's going to go again, but, you know, I'd be stupid to throw in the towel right now. Wasn't sure when to put any bait out on, because it's only 3 foot deep out there. If there are fish in the area, I don't want to spook them, whereas normally I would refresh after any action in case they've cleared me out, but just didn't want to spook them, so solid bag in, and that's where we are. A little bit gutting. So I've had 3 trips out here now. I love the place, it is beautiful, and I know the fish are in there, but I've just dropped on every time, unluckily for me, where the pressure's high and it's affected the fishing. There has been the odd fish out here and there, but it's not fishing its nuts off by any stretch. I'm talking to some of the regulars, they're saying it is just that, you know, it's not me doing wrong, it's just the fish are not having it. So that's it. So the 3 trips, I will put some clips in of all 3 trips, and I'll probably just do a little bit of a montage to when I catch my first fish. I thought it was going to be today, but it wasn't. Be interesting to see the footage actually, to see what I managed to get. So yeah, a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, I'd have been probably more disappointed if I'd lost it out there in the middle of the water and didn't manage to get to see it. because then I'd have been left wondering what kind of fish, what size. But the fact that I got it close in and I was able to see its nose, it didn't look, I'd say, a 10-15 pounder if that. But like I said, who knows? Too late now, it's gone. Moment's gone, forget about it and crack on. I've only got a few hours left, but it's still bite time, so anything could happen. Unfortunately, session 3 ended in a blank, and to make it much more unbearable, I lost a fish just at the net due to a hook pull. So once again, I left the fishery with my tail between my legs and done the 1.5 hour drive back home, where once again I pondered over my swim choice, my tactics, my baiting options, and really just wondering whether I actually know what I'm doing. With my confidence at an all-time low, I considered going to another venue just to get a bend in the rod. However, that just went against everything I believed, and I had to get myself back down to Horcott for another session. Ooh, folks, welcome back. I know this is probably going to be the same video, but it is the 4th session down at Horcott. It's a couple of weeks after the 3rd one, so I'm towards the end of October now. It's 20th of October today, and the weather, much better fishing weather compared to the last 3 sessions when I had really high pressure, very little wind, and yeah, just not great fishing conditions. But now we've got a lovely southwesterly, hammering down rain, and yeah, just much better fishing conditions. But I've got absolutely soaked. So it is now 20 to 2. I've been here since 8 o'clock this morning, walked around for a couple of hours, hummed and hawed about a few swims because I've seen fish in a few places, and then I just chose on this corner swim 41 this time. Not been on here before. I'll show you the lake. So there we have it, swim 41. There's the point opposite. I was on there the first time I fished here, and the wind is going to be whacking from left to right. There's a southerly wind. The last few days it's been a southerly wind, which is literally over the top of my shoulders towards that shallow end of the lake. But tonight and tomorrow for the next few days it's going to be a westerly or southwesterly. It's going to be whacking from left to right. So better fishing conditions, but yeah, it's absolutely hammering down. As I said, a couple of hours walk around the lake, decided on this swim. I did see fish out just out towards the tree that you can see jutting out there, probably about halfway between me and the tree. Nice big fish jumped out, and that's what made me choose the swim. There was fish shown in other places as well, but this is the one I've opted for because I'm out of the way, and nobody's going to be casting over me. So I've only got 2 rods out at the moment because it is absolutely chucking it down, so I had to take shelter into the bivvy. My right rod down towards that tree there, no, not that tree, that one there, 9.5 wraps. Obviously it's a gravel spot because it's fairly close in, but nice little clear spot, a little bit of silt as well and some weed. It's 3 foot of water there. I thought it was going to be a bit shallower, but 3 foot of water, which is perfect. And if the fish do take on this wind tomorrow, or tonight and tomorrow, and do start coming up towards this bank, I've got a little bit of bait for them. I've gone round to the margin, I've chucked it in some of the Parker Baits Sexy Spod Mix, and some of the OG fish. And then towards, you see a little gap in the trees, white van there, 14 wraps. Bailiff's told me there's a spot there, little gravel spot. I did find it, but it is tiny, and I've whacked a solid bag on that. No bait for now. And the left rod is just sat on the pod because I'm not going to go out while it's like this. And yeah, stupid me, got out of the car, didn't have my catch dry, just had my fox coat. By the time I got around the lake I was absolutely drenched and the water was coming through the fox jacket through to me back, so I got a bit wet, and then I got back to the car and got the faithful old catch dry. Woo! And I wore that. It comes all the way down to my wellies because my trousers are a bit wet as well. But this comes all the way down to my wellies, keeps me completely dry. So I've had that on the whole time while I've been setting the rods up, and yeah, it's done the job. So it's only my lightweight one as well, so leave the warmer one in the shed until it gets a bit cooler. And that's it, folks. We'll kick back now. It's spin you around, kick back, have my first brew of the day, and you'll notice I've been switching between cameras. So I had my SLR camera on the last session. Before that I was using my phone and a mixture between that and my GoPro, and today it's just going to be the GoPro for now, just because of the rain. I'm not going to have my camera on a tripod out there in this weather, so it'll literally just be this GoPro for now, or even my phone when I'm really busy. And I can set this up on a little tripod on the floor, and if I catch anything, hopefully have time to press record and get any fish on for you. Let me bring you to a halt just there before I ramble on anymore. And yes, you guessed it, session 4 was a blank. No matter how much I stared down at the rods, they did absolutely nothing. Session number 5, and I was back on swim 2, and the most exciting thing I had to see for the whole session was these swans flying past. Session number 6, and I was back down on the lake, swims number 28, 29 on the double again, which I was on before with Badger. This time temperatures had plummeted to nearly freezing, and thankfully Les had brought me down the keg so I could get the fire on. Unfortunately, once again, no fish, nothing to show for my efforts, and I went home wondering if this would be my bogey lake. Never in my whole fishing career have I had a 6th blank streak, especially on a venue with such high stock and good winter form. This lake was really testing me and putting into question everything I've ever known about carp fishing. Everything I expected the fish to do, they seemed to do the opposite, and I just couldn't work it out. I felt lost. Once again, I made the 90-minute journey back home and wondered whether I'd ever be back to Horcott Lakes. And once again, putting up with all the jokes. Have you caught yet? Another camping trip? Really, I was hurting inside. I needed to get a fish. It was getting desperate now. A new day and a new session down at Horcott, and I'd finished crying over the previous blanks. I was feeling Christmassy. It was mid-December and I got back down to the lake, this time on swims 36, putting myself in almost the centre of the lake. For the first time in all my sessions, conditions were absolutely perfect. Low pressure, mild conditions, and there'd been a lot of fish come out over the weekend. You joined me on the second morning on swim 36.
Morning everyone, very quiet night. Yeah, not much to report really. I've got up this morning though, and there's fish showing out in front of me, and to my right hand side quite a few boshes. The last one that just shown was right over my baited spot. I say baited spot, whether there's still bait or not whether there's still bait there or not, I don't know. So it's just gone 8 o'clock. I've been up since about 7. It was still dark at 7 o'clock, so couldn't really see much. But as it's got light, there's been I've seen about 5 or 6 fish show. Mainly to my right hand side, probably a swim or 2 down. But then, like I said, the last show straight in front of me over that baited spot. But I've brought in the zig and decided, I'm going to get a solid bag full of maggots, a little bit of pellet. And there's a couple of maggots on the hook bait as well, little magic bean wafter with a couple of maggots on. And I've just slung it out as far as I can. I haven't gone over, I'm near the baited spot but further off to the right, because I didn't really want to spook any fish if they were there. So yeah, we'll see. I'm still trying. Place is starting to get me down, but the more I speak to people, the more I realise how difficult this lake can be. I mean, some people on here have gone a lot longer than 7 sessions, before they've caught a fish. Some of the people that do really well on here, have done really well on here, have had, blanks for months on end, and they've been here 4 nights a week. So this lake has has a habit of just switching off, or just doesn't play ball when you want it to. So yeah, I'm finding it tricky at the moment, but the more I speak to people, the more I feel a little bit better. But it's not just my angling. The fish can be very, very, very finicky. So I'm going to keep going. And I think, you know, the more I speak to people, when I put out what I normally do, a little bit of bait, get here, put a little bit of bait out, put a rig on it, maybe put 2 rigs on it, and a roaming solid bag here and there. The more I speak to people, the more people that I speak to, the more people are telling me that they just pub chucked a solid bag out and they're catching. The lad to my right, he had a 28 pounder yesterday, and beautiful zip linear, caught on a solid bag with maggots. And he said he just pub chucked it out into the middle. So, and he says he's a match angler by trade, really, and that's all he does. He comes here and pub chucks. He says he doesn't put any bait out, he just pub chucks solid bags. And he's done 4 day sessions over the last couple of months, and he's had a fish on every occasion. So maybe the obvious baited spot is probably not the one on here. Maybe you should just come and chuck solid bags out and see where they land and hope something happens. But the main thing is there's fish out in front of me, which is a good sign, and given that there was quite a few fish out the weekend, there's a good chance that they will be on the feed. But who knows, the place seems to do exactly what I don't want it to do, or what I don't expect it to do. So yeah, let's have a look at the water. There we go. So the tall tree directly in front, that's the point swim. Luke is on there at the moment, he's had 2 fish out. Oh, another one, Bosch. Just caught that. So my solid bag is not far from there at all. In fact, I think I'm going to bring it in and throw it as long as I can. Bye. In at last. Fucking hell.
I cannot begin to tell you the relief of getting that fish into the net. My God, I was absolutely terrified of losing it. With the fish safely in the sling, I wasted no time and got the rod straight back out onto the spot. The fish were clearly feeding there, and I didn't want to miss another opportunity.
It's got to happen today. A tiny little switch up, and this absolute stunner has bounced off. Oh! And there we have it, 31.5 pound Horcott scaly banger, and I'm over the moon. I've worked hard, struggled a lot, but a few more wraps out and I'm on them. Wicked. I'm delighted. This one was caught on Parker baits, mini magic beam wafter, topped off with a couple of maggots. Over a small bed, maggots, hemp and pellet. Happy days, I'm over the moon. Spin around, let's have a look at the other side. There we go. Absolutely buzzing. And what a way to open my account down at Horcott with an absolute stunner. But to be fair, they're all stunning in here, and that's why I kept at it. Oh my God. The blank is over finally. Happy, happy days. Right, I'm gonna wait for Les to come round, do a few pictures in the water, and I'm over the moon. Whoop whoop, get on the Parker baits. Ooh. Dangerous for some of my height getting in the water. This And you need 4 foot, and I'm in. Look at that. Oh, come on, baby. Tell you what, it's cold. Go on then, off you go. Look at that. Delighted. Oh man, at last. Over the moon. That's up now, going home, there's no more. There's only one fishing here, isn't there? Yes. Oh, that feels so good. So good. And I've been saving a little treat for my first fish. A little wagon wheel. Gets up. I'm over the moon to catch my first fish. A little slurp of the coffee. And what have I learned? Well, this is session number 7. I've done 3 nights each time, various swims, been on the fish most of the time, most of the sessions, and just not been able to catch them for one reason or another. Came down on this session and fish have been coming out left, right and centre. I did obviously yesterday, I got, it was late getting set up. Managed to get set up just before dark. Found a fairly clean spot on silt at about 18 wraps. But then the rod stayed quiet for the whole time. People around me were catching. So I had fish out in front of me, but they were just a little bit longer. I thought the only way really is to just go at them. So gone out 22.5 wraps, about 5 spoms of bait, put the rod on top, just with one of the mini magic beam wafters on there, topped off with a couple of maggots, the old Parker baits, and in the mix we just had some hemp, a couple of tiger nuts, some 10mm OG fish boilie, and some maggots, and about 5 spoms. And then while I was wrapping up the second rod to get it out there as well, the rod screamed off. So it took about a minute and a half, something like that. So the difference was just the extra distance, I think. I did change my rigs. Les came around and said, why don't you try a longer rig? So I came off the Ronnie rigs. I don't always use Ronnie rigs, but I just thought I'd try them on this session. So I came off the Ronnie rigs and I've gone probably an inch or 2 longer, just with some D rigs. Again, Medusa rig. Whether that was the difference, I don't know, but I think certainly the distance I was casting, I was probably more on the fish. And oh man, the pressure's off. I feel absolutely delighted. I don't care if I don't catch any more. The rods are on the spots there now, so could go again and put a little bit more bait out, but they might not. But we're going to celebrate because that has been well deserved. It's almost gone out of date. It's took me that long to celebrate with this. That's it. Whether the fish stayed there or not, I don't know. But I'm going to leave the rods out. The right rod's on a solid bag. I've chucked it as far as I can. Can't quite get it out to 22.5 with the maggot bag. Just not heavy enough. So I'm going to leave them at that. I'll put some bait out periodically before bedtime and see if we can get back on them again. But I'm over the moon. And it's a bit of a shit video because it's just session after session, so I'm going to try and condense it down into a very short video. But you can see, looking at the fish, you can see why I come down here and why I've put the effort in. The fish in here are absolutely stunning, and there's so many 30s in here. But yeah, I'm over the moon. Again, folks, thanks to everybody for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please click on the subscribe. I'd be very grateful. It helps me out, helps me build the channel. And if you're already subscribing, thanks for coming back and watching the video. And if you want to buy me a drink, there's a little button there. You can buy me a drink for getting my first Horcott fish. Just click on that, and yeah, you can buy me a little coffee. I'd be very grateful. Thank you. And that's it. Look at the new gear from Catch Dry. Lovely beanie. These are good quality. And I've got the catch dry edge, the short coat you see me wearing when I was catching the fish. That's probably my best bit of kit. Small, lightweight, completely waterproof. When I was walking around the lake for 2 hours, hammering down, and the water was just beading off me. Really good bit of kit. I'll show you that. I'll do a review later on. But yeah, don't forget, get yourself over to Catch Dry. Try out the new beanies. These are really, really good, tough quality beanies. And don't forget, put in the code BEZZA and you'll get 10% off. And also Parker Baits, get yourself over to them, 10% off, put in the code BEZZA. That's it. I'm going to eat this, have a coffee, kick back and hope these rods scream off again. Folks, I'm going to have to apologise for the wind noise if there is any. What a perfect opportunity to come out and do a little review of the Catch Dry Edge. I've just had this week, and my first time trying it out on the bank, and what perfect conditions to get out there, and none other than this storm down on Horcott Lakes. This is the shorter version of the coats that you've seen before. I've obviously got the winter version, the long one, which is the fleece lined one, which is perfect for walking around in those colder months. And with the lightweight waterproof one, perfect for these kind of conditions. However, I'm noticing with this one, this is absolutely perfect for these wet conditions, but also it's great for when you've got your waders on. If you want to have a photo with the fish, you can get down, you're not hampered in any way. This is completely waterproof, so when the fish lands on your arms and on your body, you know, you're not going to get wet. You can get completely dry on the inside. And it's also great if you put your waders on, you can tuck the coat on the inside. If you're in the water and it's raining and you're landing a fish, get completely dry, or you can have it over the top of the waders, whichever way you want. But because it's the short version, it's much easier to wear in that way. As I said, it's just like the other coats, completely waterproof, and it has been brilliant on my session down here at Horcott this week. When I was walking around the lake for 2 hours, it was absolutely teeming down, and the water was just beading. In fact, one of the carp anglers, when I was stood in the car park, said to me, "Oh, I need to look at getting me a new coat. Look at your water just beading off your jacket compared to mine." And that's what it does. It literally beads off the jacket and it keeps you completely dry on the inside. And this is, I'm loving the colours. The camo colours is absolutely lovely. Got a hood on there, nice toggles on the zips, fleece lined pockets, so it's lovely and comfortable, lightweight, easy to pack away, and it really is a great bit of kit. It's probably my best bit of kit from Catch Dry. And also the beanies, they just sent me these beanies and they are good quality. They're obviously thick material. The embroidery on there, it's not just a cheap stitching, it's a proper embroidered badge. Really is good quality, keeps your head warm in these conditions, and a nice little addition to the Catch Dry. Now, if you want one of these, get yourselves over to Catch Dry website, have a look at the other products on there. Like I said, they've got the winter coat, the long one with the fleece line, they've got the lightweight waterproof one, more for the summertime. Obviously the Catch Dry Edge now, they do this in a green or in the camo. Trousers, fleece line trousers, waterproof trousers, beanies, you name it, they've got it on the website. Go and have a look. Go over to catchdry.com, and if you put in the code BEZZA, you'll get 10% off your order. What more could you want? And this particular one, if you remember the other Catch Dry coats, it had big Catch Dry writing on the back. As you can see, this one, they've gone minimalistic with this one, no big Catch Dry signs. There is some, I believe, it's somewhere. If you look down the sleeve here, sorry, not on the sleeve, on the pocket, you can see Catch Dry in small. And it is a cracking bit of kit, it really is. So, and I've worn this in the water, I've had the fish in my arms in this, it's kept me completely dry, and it just wipes off. Any fish slime or anything like that, just wipes off. You're completely dry underneath, and absolutely fantastic. So don't forget, get yourself over to Catch Dry, put in the code BEZZA, and you will get 10% off your order. Into another at last. same spot. Nice if this was another 30. Oh, it's a lot common. For a stunning Horcott common. What about that for a fish? Come on, come on. What about that? An absolute minter. Come on, come on. Come on, baby. Behave. Absolute mint of a common. £29.7. And I'm absolutely over the moon. Let's see if she'll calm down for a minute. Oh, there we have it. Oh my God. On the Parker bait, magic bean wafter. Pink. Mini magic bean in pink. Beautiful. Stunner, isn't it? Oh. Wow.
That is golden.
What a fish.
That is golden.
Yeah. That is the golden bar. You ready? Oh.
Where's the gold?
Don't want to do that. No. No. Gonna go again. You can feel him tense enough.
Up your lovely warm hands.
Yeah. Oh, he likes this side better. No, 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 no. No, no. Come on.
I got a few.
Happy?
Yeah.
Let's do them in the water. Okay. Oh, bloody cold that water is.
Yes. Icicles. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that's the, yeah. There you go. I got some.
I got it.
Yeah. And
Off you go. Got the bins back on and I'm over the moon. 2 fish. My back's hurting just from 2, I'm not used to it. Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. 2 fish on the bank. It's been a long time coming, so yeah, hope you enjoyed the video up until here. Like I said, I haven't tried not to keep it too long, but yeah, rods are back out on the spot. I am going to put a little bit more bait in now. It's coming up to what, 3 o'clock-ish, 3:15. Bit more bait in before it gets dark, and then we'll leave the rods for the evening. Solid bag hasn't done anything, so not sure whether to stick that. Don't know, not sure what to do with that. I'll have a think in a bit. But the other 2 rods, like I said, the one back out on the spot that it was on, and the left hand rod straight out towards the point at 22.5. That hasn't done anything yet, but yeah, absolutely delighted. Everything's sorted now. Morning, folks. Quiet night. I'll say quiet night. It was actually not quiet at all. Quiet on the fish front, but the storm came in and it battered the bivvy. Heavy rain, heavy wind. It's still blowing a little bit now on it, but it's going to get up again today to 54 mile an hour, it says. Thankfully it's over the back of me and not on my face. Luke over on the point, he said it's brutal over there. He's had the wind in his face all through the night. But no fish, and haven't seen anything this morning, so I've been sat here, or stood here for half hour, sat in the bivvy for half an hour, and unfortunately I don't know where they are. So I'm hoping this weather doesn't put them off the feed, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, unfortunately no more fish after the last one, but if that's what it ends up on this trip, then I'm happy. It's been a good trip, two lovely fish, and yeah, I'm not sure what to do today. I'm just going to wait for another couple of hours, maybe just wait till bite time passes, and either carry on with the plan I had, top up some bait, fresh rigs, or if I see the fish somewhere else, I don't know. Move's not on the cards because I'm only on till tomorrow morning, so but yeah, potentially find another spot if they're still in the area. If they're not, then who knows. But I'm going to get a coffee down me. I'll catch up with you in a little while. Morning, folks. Not a lot has happened in the night, and I had a much better sleep. Look at that sun coming up over there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, quiet night. No bleeps, no touches, no nothing. Had a good night's sleep, to be fair. Everything's pretty much packed down. Just got to drop the bivvy and get the rods in. 2 barrow loads as usual. I haven't got too far to go, so it's easier to do it that way because the car park's so wet, muddy. I can literally load that straight into the car where I need it and come back, get all my rods and everything, and that'll all go on top with the barrow. Whereas if I take it all around in one go, I'd have to unload some of it onto the floor where it's dirty. So makes sense to do it that way. Or I could pay Les a £5 and get him to come and collect me. But no, that's lazy. I've got the barrow here, might as well use it. So folks, delighted to have caught 2 fish and put an end to the blanks. So it has been a tough slog, and there's been times where I really wanted to give up and go somewhere else where I know I'd catch. But yeah, just keep getting drawn back to the place when you see the fish that are on here. On some of the social media, they're absolutely stunning. That's the reason why you come down, because everyone's different, and you know, I haven't seen a bad looking fish come out of here yet. So we keep plugging away. So yeah, 2 fish to start up my 2 fish to open my account here at Horcott, and I'm delighted to say there were 2 beautiful ones. 130 as well, which is good. But that's it. I think probably give the rods another half an hour in the water while I pack down everything else, and then I'll be off. It should be around about 9:30, 9:45 then. Hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half back home for me, and I'm going to pick my lad up from the airport later on. So yeah, it's been great. I know it's been a bit of a slog of a video, seeing me come down here constantly and blanking, but you know what, I could come down, I could just say, oh, been down once, caught 2 fish, but that wouldn't be telling the truth. I always put the truth in my videos, and the truth is it's been 6 blanks and caught on the 7th, which is not too bad apparently. So if you haven't already, please click on that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a lot, it doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me a lot. And like the video and share it. If you like the video, it reaches more people and it really helps me out, so I'd be very grateful if you could. And those who've already subscribed, thanks for coming back. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed having a look at Horcott, see what's down here. There will be more. Like I said, I've got a winter ticket on here, so I'll be coming down here regular. I'm not going to post all the blanks because I'm sure there'll be more, but yeah, I will show you what I'm doing when I'm out, etc. So again, thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch up with you next time, probably in a couple of weeks. Probably get down just before Christmas. What is it? It's the 10th of December today. Might get down in another week and a half, just before Christmas, and hopefully winkle another one out. So again, thank you to Catch Dry, thank you to Parker Baits, and thank you to everyone. Love you all. Have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye bye.